Wouldn't it be crazy if like we just did all that? It was such a great conversation, and then you went back and looked and you didn't hit record. I'm like, that's why we're checking, double checking, triple checking that I hit record on these. So
that actually would be horrible. When you get home, you accidentally like press.
Especially you're like, oh my gosh, that was the greatest quote ever. Like we just got like like you nailed it, which you're gonna.
And sadly, that's exactly what happened. I have no idea how it happened, but somehow my main camera, which included my main audio, didn't record the session and the interview and the conversation that I had with Sydney. Thankfully, I had a secondary camera running with a secondary audio source. So it's not the greatest of audio quality because of that kind of backup system, but I was still able to record and capture the essence of what Sydney shared during this Meet the Model session.
So I don't have to clap that loud. It does help.
Yeah, that's right. No, I have to clap.
You can if you want to.
We'll do that at the same time.
Sure. 1, 2. By the way, 9th Street together.
Oh, yay. We're excited.
Don't feel you have to be like all stuffy in this. So like, if you want to do roots, go ahead. Well, we're back with another episode of Meet the Model. I'm your host, Scott Dietz. Thanks for joining the channel today. And we are creating an entire series of video interviews with models from here in the local Pittsburgh area, but also as I travel around the country working with folks, we'll try to get some interviews with them as well. Different models from different skill levels and backgrounds and experience levels. So I'm here today with a model that I've shot with 9 times now. And actually, no, this is the 9th time that we've shot together. So we're excited about shooting here in a little bit, but we're going to sit down for a little chat first and just kind of dive into a little bit about your experience, but also any tips that you have for folks. So why don't we start off with, who are you? Just tell us a little bit about you.
I'm Sydney. I've been modeling for almost 2 years. I would say probably in like May, maybe April.
So let's think back to your very first photo shoot. First of all, why did you decide that you wanted to give modeling a try?
It wasn't like really me giving it a try. It was more of like somebody else giving me the opportunity. I've always wanted to model. Like you can ask anybody. My mom or my sister, my favorite show was like the America's Next Top Model.
Okay.
I still watch it to this day. But I've always wanted to do that. So one day somebody texted me and there was like, I got new lights and I've seen your pictures before because I always like did my self photo shoots.
Okay.
Like, every day I'd go somewhere and do my own photos.
Was that like cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I took my sister with me,
Okay.
and she'd take my pictures. But so he was like, "You want to come test my lighting in the studio tomorrow at 9 a.m.?" I was like, "I don't model, but sure, like it would be fun." He was like, "Okay, well if you like it, we could do it again." So then we did it like 10 more times.
Oh, nice.
Maybe not 10, but like a lot, and then everybody else wanted to.
So when we did our first shoot together, we did an outdoor shoot in downtown Pittsburgh.
You were my second shoot.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Like how experienced were you? I feel like you were relatively new when we first shot together.
Literally brand new. Like, I think like a couple days beforehand was my first shoot, and then I posted the pictures like the day after I got them back, and then you messaged me like when I had like 10 followers on Instagram.
So it seems like the trend in the last couple of these interviews I've done or conversations I've had has been that Instagram is a great place to find models. Would you agree with that?
That's my main place. I don't really not like to use anything else, but I don't really get any traffic from photographers through anything. Like if I post on Facebook, it's mostly family. So Instagram is like where I get my jobs from. But I don't consider it a job either. I do make money off of it, but I would rather do it even if I don't make money.
So we'll come back to that in a minute, but let's go back to our first shoot together again. If you can remember back a couple of years ago now, I guess maybe.
Yeah, almost true.
But one of the things I was most impressed with when we first shot together was I'm like, she doesn't seem like she's new, because you had confidence, but then you also like were pretty good at posing right out of the gate. Do you think that's just because you had watched so much stuff in the past, or you had practiced like in the mirror just playfully, or
Probably both.
Yeah.
I mean, like, watching that one show that I did watch, I learned a lot of, like, base stuff. They didn't really go over, like, poses per se. You kind of just watch them do it. But, like, I don't know. I have a different body type than most people, so I'm always standing in the mirror trying to figure out how I look good. And so I'm not, just like... So I just take it from what I do for my own pictures and put it into other people's pictures.
I was always amazed with America's Next Top Model. Usually I would fast forward to the photo shoots because I didn't care about all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to see the behind the scenes setup of the lighting and how the photographer was working. They never showed that enough for my liking anyway.
No, they really don't.
It's such a short amount.
Watch season 23. They show a lot of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I always liked the crazy ideas. It might be like in a pile of trash,
right,
or in the freezing cold, or like you never knew what. But that's kind of the reality of modeling, especially commercial modeling and the commercial side of things.
Yeah, I do a whole bunch of different things. Like I would say I'm very diverse. Every time I go into a shoot, it's something new. I'm doing a totally different creative concept, like abandoned buildings, body paint, like even I would consider door shoots something like that too, because that's not for everyone. You have to be comfortable like with yourself to be able to do something like that, or else you're not, like, what's the point?
Now, do you feel like you were comfortable before you started modeling, or did modeling help with you become more confident and comfortable?
Oh no, it definitely helped, because like the second I started modeling, I like definitely glowed up 100%. My hair started growing. I was just happier all the time. I don't know. Talked to a lot more people, got a lot more compliments from other people because I was actually presenting myself in a good way. I wasn't sitting in sweatpants and a bun all the time anymore. People were making
you just show up to shoots with sweatpants on, right?
Well, yeah.
Just kidding.
Get rid of the lines. But you know what I'm saying? But like, modeling has changed my confidence because it's given me the push to get outside and do something. Get dressed, do my hair, do my makeup. Don't do it for nobody else, but when I get the pictures back, it's like, holy shit, that's me. Like, still to this day, every time I get a picture back, I'm like about to cry. Every time I get a picture back, I'm like, I still can't believe that's me. It changes a lot.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well, and I think that's, again, why a lot of folks get into the photography side of it, because they know that, again, they can empower and build confidence in folks and stuff like that. So that's definitely a nice side benefit, I guess, to just being, using
and y'all are my
creative
biggest
outlet.
cheerleaders too.
What's that?
Y'all are my biggest cheerleaders. You guys know everything. You're like, you look good doing this. It's beautiful. Keep killing it. Do this, do that. But you're already doing it. So you guys like boost my confidence. You like what you just said. You guys like try to look for that. That's why you want to do it. It's to boost people's confidence, and you do it every shoot. Like when you say things, it makes me feel good.
Well, that's actually a really good a tip to reemphasize, because so I've seen photo shoots or group photo shoots or whatever where photographers are taking photos but not communicating.
Yeah, they
not
just
saying
look
anything.
not uninterested.
Yeah, it's not only, first of all, it's weird.
Yeah.
If you're just like heavy breathing or something when you're taking the photos, but that constant feedback loop is important as far as like, hey, that's great, looking good. Hey, that's a killer image.
Right,
or that's a great pose. Or hold that. It's one I use a lot.
I like
go
that.
back to that. And I think the other thing I always like to do with models is, or encourage them to do is, I call it micro changes. I might have stolen that from somebody over the years, but there's when you're posing and you're kind of like, some models will be like here, and then all of a sudden they're over here, and then all of a sudden they're over here. And then, like, just make a small change from like here to here to here to here, and like just make small little micro changes.
I like to experience everything before I move too drastically. Try to do everything I can in that one spot, because you're going to get a million photos taken anyways. There's no need to hop around, because you'll be right back there at some point.
Yeah, and sometimes like, the flash might not have gone off, or didn't go off at the full power, or you blinked, or like, there's something distracting in the background, or so like sometimes just that idea of the small changes, so it's not such a dramatically different change in posing. But any other tips you would give on posing? Because again, I think you're not only did you seem to come right out of the gate being pretty good at it, I've definitely seen like in your work and in your photos and stuff over the period of time, like I'm like, wow, she's getting really good at posing. Is that like because the photographers are directing you more on that, or is it because like you're just personally getting better at it and studying your craft more, or some combination of both?
I would say there's multiple reasons, probably like 2 or 3. One would be y'all, like I said, the kind words as I'm going through it, that makes me know, or helps me know, that I'm doing something right in the moment. Keep that in mind, do it again if I'm ever like, you know, running out of ideas or whatever. Like, I look good doing this, they think I look good doing this, do it again. Also, going through Instagram and following different people, especially like, because I'm a female, I would follow another female on Instagram and look through her pictures and steal some of her ideas and try it out or whatever.
Destiny in our interview kept saying stalking. And I'm like, it's not
Yeah.
stalking. You can't say stalking because that just sounds weird.
I would say I kind of stalk people because I go back to their page multiple times. But like I make it, I know not in a creepy way, but like when I see them, I'm like, I know your pictures and I'm just letting you know that's inspiration to me. Like I look through your stuff and if something mine looks similar to yours, is more than likely it's because you inspired me to do it. So my poses come from a lot of other people. And lately, not really when I first started, but like, you know how people say watch YouTube videos and stuff?
Mhm.
I really didn't do that too much at the beginning because like I was just out there having fun. I was busy, didn't really have time for it, but it really, really does help. If you watch like the do's and don'ts side by side, they show you like what this would look like compared to that, and then I try it, I'm like, holy shit, that actually does look so much better, I need to listen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
So
I
there's
mentioned
help.
it, I think, in the first Meet the Model session that I posted, that I have a playlist actually of posing videos. You know, went through YouTube and tried to find good content around posing to share with new models or those that are looking to hone their craft. So, I'll put that in the description if you haven't already seen that list. So.
Definitely did. Yours were one of the videos I did watch because when we first started, I asked you to send me some because I needed. Well, I didn't need. Yeah, I needed some help. I mean, I was still new. I needed to
Sure.
know what to do. I mean, but you helped me a lot. Those videos helped